AI won't kill your business, but you will if you use it wrong. Hey, I'm Rob Foglia, author of Real Estate Reset and with Real Estate Reset Coaching. And honestly, this video goes far beyond business. This topic really came from a spark of something I heard in the business world, something I heard while in a real estate office. And yet the reality is you could substitute so many different words for business in that phrase. Like AI won't kill your growth, but you will if you use AI wrong, or creativity, or health, or mental health, or anything like that. But today we're mostly going to talk about business. We might encroach into some of those other things, but we'll get to that as we get to it. But let's jump in. Before we do, though, here's the thing. I want to invite every single real estate agent that's out there to get a free 30-minute coaching consultation with me. If you've got some interest in that, do me a favor, head over to calendly.com/RER coaching and let's chat. Let's schedule a time, just 30 minutes for us to talk, dive deep into your business, see if this relationship could be a fit. That way you can work with a real estate coach who will keep it real with you, but also somebody who's going to encourage you to make memories, not just business plans. But anyway, like today is not about fear or anything like that when it comes to AI. I personally love AI. I use it all the time. It can help me organize some thoughts. It can help me get some things on track. I kind of look at it like an assistant, if that makes sense. It's not only like an admin style assistant, but it can be a graphic designer for you. And so I can use AI to help me create some visual ideas that I can come up with out here, but I can't get out, through hand. The thing is, I'm seeing too many people use AI how I would deem incorrectly. And so let's get into this. Too many people in our industry are almost looking at AI like it's their best friend, their BFF, like it's their business partner. And the reality is it's not. It's a program that you pay a monthly service for that can help you take some tasks off your plate, but it should not be an integral part of your business. It should 1000% be replaceable. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've looked at other AI programs other than ChatGPT to see if Claude or Gemini could do better for me for the same price. So I've seen some agents go as far as to call ChatGPT their bestie and to ask it to do super complex things that are going to change the direction of their business, which is just, it's just wrong. Nothing against, an affectionate nickname for chat. If you like calling it your bestie, go for it. Like, I'm kind of joking about the bestie part, although there is somebody in my office who does that, and hey, more power to them if that's the case. But the reality is you have to be the brains behind your operation. Just to be 1000% transparent, like this video concept, this concept to talk to every real estate agent that's out there that will be within earshot of my voice. This came about because I heard somebody suggest that agents should just know how many homes they want to sell next year, whatever that might be. And so if you know you want to sell 20 homes or 30 homes or 10 homes or 1,000 homes next year, or whatever it is, that you should just go to ChatGPT and say, all right, my goal for next year is to sell X amount of homes, 20, whatever, and now ChatGPT, give me my business plan. Enter, then there's your business plan, and you work it. And I was just dumbfounded. Like, I heard this and I was just like, how in the world can this be the advice that somebody is giving? And here's why I say that. Like, I have had, for those that don't know my real estate story, like, I have gone through it all in real estate. Aside from being a part of somebody's team, let me make sure I get that out of the way right quick. Like, I've always been the entrepreneur in the business. I started as a solo agent. I grew a solo agent business. I tried going just solo agent and VA. When that wasn't really working, I went solo agent, transaction coordinator. When I needed better leverage than a transaction coordinator, I went solo agent, admin. I had solo agent, admin, transaction coordinator. I had solo agent, admin, VA, solo agent, admin, buyer's agent. I can't remember if we had buyer's agent and VA, if those crossed, maybe, maybe not. I can't remember. But regardless, I have tried it all. And so when I'm telling you my experiences, this is not coming from some book or some theory. I didn't just hear somebody on stage say the stuff that I'm telling you. Like, I went through it. And I can't imagine going to my old assistant, who was fantastic, by the way. She was a great admin for our business. I can't imagine going to her and being like, hey, our goal for 2026 is to sell this many homes, put a business plan together, and give it to me by Monday. Like, I can't imagine doing that. Because the reality is, even if she did a fantastic job, which, I'm thinking of her right now, I'm sure she would have done a fantastic job. She was great. But the reality is, that's her business plan for the business. And if I'm the one working the business plan every day, like I was the only sales agent in that scenario, right? I'm the one who's going out there and making the phone calls, sending the text messages, going on the appointments, right? And so if I'm the one working it, I'm now working her plan. She's now my boss in that instance. Well, what's the difference between that and going to ChatGPT and saying, hey, ChatGPT, give me my business plan for next year? There is no difference. And so my point being, and I will get off my soapbox and stop ranting here about this one example. My point being is misusing AI that way, that's going to kill your business because that's going to drain the fire from your business, right? If you do it that way, you're not going to be attached to what you're doing. You're only going to be attached to the result, which is the wrong way to look at business or life, right? Like we have to be attached to what we put in, not the outcome. We can't control an outcome. We can control what we do. We can control our energy. We can control how hard we try, how well we prepare, how well we talk to somebody. We can control that, right? But I literally can't control if somebody signs a paper with me, if I close somebody, right? I can close them, but I can't control if their hand physically picks up a pen and signs a piece of paper that says they're going to work with me. But I can control if I'm going to put the effort in, if I'm going to put the work in. But I'm not going to be motivated to put the work in if it's somebody else's plan. After all, I'm an entrepreneur. We're all entrepreneurs inside of real estate, right? So if we're entrepreneurs, we're not going to want to work somebody else's plan. That's why we're entrepreneurs and got in the business. Anyway, sorry, I digress and I ramble there. But my point being, AI can't be your brain. It can't be the thing that's planning your life or your business for you. But what it can do is it can fill in the gaps. I think AI should be that thing that helps you create, if you're not an expert marketer, have it help you create some marketing aspects of things. Have it help you figure out ways if you're posting things on social media to stop the scroll so people actually hear your content, right? Have it put together thumbnail images for your YouTubes. Have it build your website for you. Gosh, robfolia.com. When I built that, I'm not a web programmer. I played around with it in high school. Gosh, that was 20 years ago. I haven't played with HTML or web pages in 20 years. I didn't know what I was doing. So I went into ChatGPT and said, hey, I am building this site, this blog site. This is what I want. Help me. It did it. It can walk you through that because that's an administrative style task. That's not a planning task. That's not a big picture task. Let me give you a quick example of a way AI failed me this year. So earlier this year, I had the idea of, hey, let me figure out a way to integrate AI into the real estate business, into the sales business, and figure out a way for it to help me prospect to for sale by owners. Now, again, for those that don't know my story, calling FSBOs and prospecting FSBOs was a huge arm of my business for many years. And I put a lot of effort into it. I know how to talk to FSBOs. I know how to convert FSBOs. It's draining though. I'll be real with anybody who asks me about it. FSBOs can be so just mentally draining, and I don't do it anymore. But I figured, hey, if AI can help me streamline this, cut out the junk leads, get rid of the people who just curse you out, and help me go on real appointments, hey, I will take that 10 out of 10 times. So I went into AI and I said, hey, help me build this program. Help me build a program to take new FSBO leads that pop up, and we can either purchase this information from a service provider. I can, set you up and show you how to find these. Help me build this program so that you can find this information, automatically start the process by reaching out to a for sale by owner, and go from there. And so we tried, I say we as in me and ChatGPT, but I tried so many different ways to get Chat to put these pieces together. Because Chat will give you a plan, right? It will think of a plan and it'll tell you this is the step. Get this, get this, get this, get this, get this, get this program. It's going to work well with this, etc. The problem with such an intricate plan when it comes to ChatGPT and AI is that it doesn't have foresight. It can't see, at least not yet. Maybe it will in the future, and hopefully it will in the future as AI keeps developing. But right now, it doesn't have foresight. So it can't figure out that the reality is when you have step A here and step B here, step C here, that this is where you're at. It just couldn't put those puzzle pieces together. We'd go through this, have this program that down here, step D, just say, step 4, step A and D wouldn't be compatible. So then I'd have to go back to step A and start over again. And after weeks of trying this and just experimenting, spending a lot of money on different programs to see if this would work, I just had to say, hey, forget it. ChatGPT can't do this for me. I'm going to have to put the effort in myself to do it if I want to do it. And, ChatGPT misled me there. And it just is what it is because I was asking ChatGPT to go far beyond what it's capable of. And that's what these agents are doing when they're saying, hey, make me my business plan. I'm going to work that. In that instance, what you're doing is you're taking ChatGPT far beyond what it's capable of because it doesn't know you. It doesn't know who you truly are in your soul. It continuously will give you things that just contradict who you are as a person. Another quick, perfect example of this. I just recorded a video for my database. I sent it out to my database and I said, it's about interest rates, basically educating, encouraging them to buy right now because we don't know what rates are going to do. And the reality is, in this market, where supply and demand gets a little bit out of balance this time of year and there ends up being a little bit more supply, buyers can have leverage. I was trying to educate them on that, right? ChatGPT gave me a script, which I don't use scripts for these things for the most part, but I might use an outline. Part of ChatGPT's script inside of this outline that they gave me was that I should say the phrase, marry the house and date the rate. And man, if you know me, if you have been on my social media over the last 3 or 4 years, you know I hate that phrase. And I don't use that term lightly. I have drug agents through the mud who've said that. I've said, even this was 3 years ago when the industry was saying it, when every mortgage agent in the world was saying, hey, marry the house but date the rate. I was saying that that was BS. ChatGPT doesn't know that. And so then my point being that chat just does not have the brains to understand who we are as people. And we have to make sure that we're using our brains and our creativity to move our businesses forward. And again, this is about business. I'm talking about the real estate world today, but this could have been about health, about music, really about any type of creative process. Chat just doesn't quite get it yet. AI won't kill your business. All those that are scared of AI, man, it's not going to kill your business. You just got to leverage it properly. Again, I think AI can be your best assistant ever. It can be your web designer. It can help you communicate a little bit when you need it to. Like, there's so much that AI can do well for you, but there's so much that's not going to do well for you either. And hey, if this is resonating with all the real estate agents that are out there, do me a favor. Head over to calendly.com/RER coaching and let's get on each other's calendar. I want to explore your business, see how I can help you grow your business, and at the same time keep balance in your life. I'd love to see you sell as many homes as you did last year, this coming year, but do so in half the time. And I promise you, you can, as long as you're efficient, and I can teach you those ways of being efficient. So anyway, y'all, thank you so much for checking this out, and we'll talk soon.